Hello, Rock Chickens, and welcome to another show. Magic on Morris. Magic. Do you recall that Selwyn Froggatt with Bill Maynard? I picked up some magazines today. The first I will show is Shindig. On the front cover, we have the Mamas and the Papas. And just for the uninitiated, which I don't think any of you will be, in order of appearance, we have John Phillips. Then we have Denny Doherty. On the other side, we have Mama Cass, or Cass Elliott. And in the middle, Michelle Phillips, who you may recognise from Not Standing. Mind you, as it was 40 years ago, I don't think anybody will remember. I really bought the magazine because there is an interview with Nigel Planer. And he's had a bit of a rocky roller coaster of a career in comedy and music. Mostly music that's got comedy elements to it. Especially on his album, Neil's Heavy Concert Album, which featured the singles, Hole in My Shoe, a cover of the Traffic song, and My White Bicycle, a cover of the Tomorrow song. And there's the article for you all to see. I found it quite funny, the fact that he's recorded a Nick Drake parody, or it sounds like a Nick Drake parody, called 5 Songs Left. Now you may remember Nick Drake had an album called 5 Leaves Left. And it says in this article that Nigel Planer actually bought the album the day it came out in 1969. Another magazine I bought today was Viva La Rock. On the front cover is Alice Cooper, and inside, an interview with Alice Cooper. There's also a lot about the music of Detroit City, and so you've got people like the Stooges featuring Iggy Pop. There's Alice Cooper there. I think it's the same picture from the front cover, but reversed. And then you have Suzi Quatro, who's another Detroit Emerald. There you go. She got a new album out as Alice Cooper. And it's sad, really. There's an article about New York Dolls member Sylvain. I used to sort of correspond with him when he used to do his own DJ spots on Facebook. Then there's Classic Pop Magazine with Japan on the front cover. I wasn't a fan at the time, but over the years, I think through listening to lots of 80s music, I've started to enjoy them. And I collected their last 3 albums. And I also got a compilation and their live album called Oil on Canvas. Other articles in here include a retrospective of Like a Virgin by Madonna, which I picked up in a second-hand shop, and I must admit I quite enjoyed it all these years later. As at the time, I wasn't really a fan of Into the Groove, and that's a bonus track, but the rest of the album is pretty good, especially as members of Chic play on it as well. Then there's Metal Hammer magazine, another rock magazine, which I don't normally buy really that much unless Motorhead or Iron Maiden are in it. But it's got the top 100 greatest songs of the century. I don't really know what songs I really know. I'm not really that familiar with a lot of the modern music. I only really know the old music. And I must say that I was really getting into Rat yesterday, because people keep talking about Rat online, and I recall them back in the day. But I don't think there's any mention of them in this magazine. But there might be a little snippet somewhere. But this is all modern artists. Might be a few. I did see a picture of Judas Priest, so there's probably a few retro acts with modern songs. But what struck me about the magazine really was there was a free set of Iron Maiden beer mats, which goes quite nicely with the drink they have on the market, Trooper Ale. And you also get a sticker of Ghost for your laptop. Some of you might know that I'm a Doctor Who fan. And I picked this up in Sainsbury's today. It's all about the year 1965 in Doctor Who history. And resplendent on the front cover is William Hartnell. It's just an absolutely brilliant guide to that year in Doctor Who history. I just love the black and white era in particular, although John Pertwee is probably my favourite Doctor Who from the colour era. And I also got to this week's, or this month's Doctor Who monthly or magazine. Good collection of interviews with people who did the illustrations for the Target novels, including Chris Achilleos. It's probably my favourite. Did a few of these covers here. You can see, and for the page. He also did the front cover for the Love Hunter album by Whitesnake. I'm sure a few of you out there will be big fans of Whitesnake. I also picked up a couple of CDs. There's a few CDs here from previous magazines. I've been keen to hear this for a while, so I'm glad to pick this up today. Rick Wakeman's The Red Planet. I've only really got 2 previous albums by him. The Six Wives of Henry VIII and the Myths and Legends of King Arthur. But this sounds like it's going to be a good listen, as it's recorded with, let's see now, the English Rock Ensemble. And I've never really listened to any sort of Queen outside the Freddie Mercury lineup, but this is Queen with Adam Lambert live on stage. I was meant to pick up the one they did with Paul Rodgers as well, and also the album they did with Paul Rodgers, but that'll come in time. Here's one I got a few weeks ago, which I still haven't listened to yet, and that's Ian Hunter and Mott the Hoople Gold, which includes the later Mott the Hoople, sort of all the young dudes era onwards, and up to about the sort of 6 solo album era of Ian Hunter. Then there's The Essential Who. This has been out for a while, but I thought I'd pick it up just for the live disc you get at the end. It's 3 discs altogether. Same with the Ian Hunter disc, or discs. And this was free in Mojo this month. The Steve Marriott CD. Just lots of rare archive material from him, including Humble Pie, Small Faces. And underneath there's a Cure CD as well, people covering Cure songs. And I think that's about it. But I will join you soon with anything else that crosses my mind. If you want to check out any other websites, check out Classic Album Review, Sea of Tranquility, Listography, and Brendan Snyder. He does some good videos. I'm getting into a lot of other videos on YouTube, and some of it inspires some of my videos, and it makes me look into music I would not have previously listened to. Brendan Snyder's pretty good for that. A lot of the other YouTube sites tend to sort of go over stuff I know already, like they go on about Dark Side of the Moon and Aqualung and things like that. But I like to hear about artists I never really listened to. I'm really getting to sort of like, well, not really getting into it, but I'm on the fringes of re-exploring hair metal. And I also enjoy listening to a lot of things like Journey and Styx and REO Speedwagon. And another video I might make is about reggae, because I'm getting into reggae. I was a fan of Aswad and UB40 in their early incarnations, and also like Judge Dredd with his comedy reggae songs. and Bob Marley, but there's such a word out there which I've explored. Dennis Brown, Gregory Isaacs, the name escapes me. Keith Hudson, Burning Spear. These are people I've been sort of examining their careers. The Gladiators, the Abyssinians. Anyway, I will do a talk about them at a later date. And somebody asked me to do a Fair Book Convention one, or I promised to do a Fair Book Convention one. So, with that in mind, I shall see you all soon. Ta-ra.